Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. Checking the pulse of Husker Nation, brought to you by DPS Concrete Construction. Check them out at dpsconstruction.net. Also, all your Husker sports hopes and dreams will come true at carrikerchronicles.com. Now, I'm an open book. I'm pretty raw, open, real, and so here we go. I had a completely different show planned. Didn't work out. We're going to work on bringing you fine folks that show in the future. So this is a bit of a last minute show, so I don't have gobs and gobs of notes. But I do think it's a topic very well worth talking about. Because I saw a tweet, and then I put it on all my social medias. Hashtag cheap plug, Facebook, X, I'm on TikTok. Okay, what else? Instagram, YouTube. I haven't put that on YouTube, but this show's going to go on YouTube. And everywhere that I put it, it's gotten quite the reaction already. I only put it out like, I don't know what, hour or two ago. Okay, so Paul Jacobson. You can give him a follow on Twitter if you would like. All right, this guy is a Nebraska fan through and through. He is a Nebraska football historian, as much as anybody I've ever met in my life through and through. He put out something on X. Said, too often, Nebraska fans have faced abuse and hostility in Boulder. We've turned the other cheek enough. This Saturday, hashtag Nebraska Nice, is suspended. An angry Memorial Stadium is the best Memorial Stadium. Now, when I read this, I was like, this is very interesting, because I see his point. Okay, like cars getting damaged, windows getting bashed in, fights happening, like probably the worst away site for Husker fans to go to over the years is probably Boulder, Colorado. Now, let me know in the comments below if you disagree. If there's a worse one, or maybe I'm just flat out wrong. Based on what I've heard, it's pretty bad for away fans, in particular Nebraska fans. Okay? So I'm like, all right, I kind of see your point. Now, for me, you know what? We'll get to my thoughts. So here are some of the responses, and I put this all over social media again, but on X specifically, and my wife, who edits these videos, shout out to Angie. I want to give a special shout out to Tim Peterson, who's doing a phenomenal job with the website as well. Jeff Duda, who's gone above and beyond with a lot of things. And I'm going to continue to thank people who do a phenomenal job. All right, so there's other people doing great jobs as well, but I wanted to give them a quick shout out real quick. But my wife's going to put these, are they still called tweets if it's X? I don't know, don't really care. She's going to put these posts up on the screen for you fine folks to see as I read them. All right, Jack the Turk says, totally wild behavior last year in Boulder. Worst fans in all of sports. By the way, I'm not cherry picking these. I'm literally just going down the top responses, okay? So these are not cherry picked responses. Paul Jacobson, who initiated this post and initiated this conversation, had a response, okay? I'll let you go read that. I want to get to more of the fans. So the next response that I see right here, right now is from Bill Becker. Okay, he just simply says, burn them all. All right, that's what Bill says. That's his take. Okay, give him a follow. He has a show at Weekend Sports Update. But keep going. Jeff Grant, I'm not a big fan of it. No reason to lower your personal standards or those around you. Keep our heads high and cheer on those young men on the field. That's Jeff's take. William E. Stevens says, if we lower ourselves to Colorado standards, they win. I disagree. Okay, I see this side of it as well. I really do. All right, Wolf Bain says, growing up in western Nebraska made going to Husker games pretty difficult. If you live in Ogallala, for example, I know that that's 4 hours from Lincoln. Then you have to go 4 hours home. That's 8 hours on a weekend. That can be challenging. I get it, Wolfbane. All right, going to Husker games could be pretty difficult. The only game that would be close was the Colorado game in Boulder. If you had Nebraska place tires, would get slashed, and fans would get assaulted. When they purposely injured Adrian Martinez, the Nebraska Nice ended that day. I hope our O-line keeps Colorado off of Raiola. They will find a way to injure him. That's his take. He says, hashtag go big red. I forgot about that Adrian Martinez thing. All right, couple more. AP says, treat them all with respect, but own them on the field. Then have beverages with them all after the game. That is the way. Generation Red, who has a phenomenal podcast, go check it out. I want to see 2014 Miami level hostility. Screw those arse wipes from Boulder. They got a tail kicking coming. All right, couple more and then we'll move on. Mr. K, I say be polite and live up to Nebraska nice, but be hostile at the same time. You can be rowdy without stooping to the level of a CU Buffs fan or player. And again, I just went right down. I didn't cherry pick any of those posts. Now, real quick, before I give my thoughts, my response, my take on this, okay, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, DPS Concrete Construction. You can check them out at dpsconstruction.net. If you live in the Omaha metro area, this is the company to get concrete work done, retaining walls put in. If this is your line of work, Jason Armstrong is the guy you want to work for. Again, go to dpsconstruction.net. Also, I've talked about it, the pool's officially running. The kids have been in the pool. All right, they've been having a blast. It's not heated just yet. They don't care. I care. No, I don't. We've been having a blast. The pool's in. Bonsall Pool and Spa, they do a phenomenal job. They've been great throughout this entire process. I do want to specifically shout out their hot tubs, though. They got a great selection of hot tubs. If you're looking specifically for pools and saunas, but especially hot tubs, go to bonzalpool.com. That's bonzalpool.com. They have put in my family's pool. They take care of my family's hot tub. They do a great job. bonzalpool.com. Now, it's interesting. I've always taken great pride in, I don't know about Nebraska, like Nebraska class is how I've always seen it. I don't know. That I kind of buy into the saying, nice guys finish last. So Nebraska nice was always great. I prefer the word kind or class because there is something to people being nice finishing last, but I've always respected it. Like, when you stand and clap and cheer the opposing team, whether they win or they lose versus the Huskers as they walk off the field, I've never seen that anywhere else. I truly believe we have the best fans in all of college football in Nebraska because I've never seen anything like that anywhere else. We're about to celebrate our 400th consecutive home sellout dating back to, 1962? The fourth game of the year this year versus Illinois. Okay? Unprecedented. Nebraska fans are unlike anything else out there. They are the best fans in all of college football. I'd put them up against any fan base in any sport. But here's my point, and I will admit this. If a team came into our house and I was part of a Nebraska team that lost, especially if it was a close game, I did not want to see the fans cheering because in that moment, I was upset, I was mad, I was exhausted, I was beat up. But give me about 10 minutes and I 1,000% appreciated it. I love and respect Nebraska class. Okay, Nebraska kindness, and yes, Nebraska nice. Now, my take on the Colorado thing. I am more along the lines of between the white lines, between the whistles, and in that stadium. It needs to be an atmosphere unlike Colorado has ever seen. And I mean that. I'm talking 2017, 2018 Akron, which was supposed to be Frost's first game, and then the lightning happened, it got delayed, but the atmosphere going into that game, the electricity. Think about, I think it was 2014 Miami, the Hurricanes finally had to come to Lincoln, the electricity in that game, and the atmosphere that night, that was a night game too. Both those were. Okay, so for me, I think back over the years to some of the most electric atmospheres. I think back to just fans just into it and the opposing team almost just kind of being done before kickoff ever happens because the atmosphere is so crazy. I'm not of the mindset of let's smash windows, let's get revenge, let's destroy cars, let's get and fight in the parking lots. I'm not of that mindset, okay? Nebraska class, outside of the game and outside of Memorial Stadium, I would never change that. And you'll never get that from me. Between the whistles, on the field, the players need to handle their business. They need to stomp a mud hole in each and every single one of those buffaloes and walk it dry. We need to be the most physical team, the most smash mouth team. We need to hit them in the mouth, okay? And hopefully the scoreboard is in our favor at the end of the day. The fans need to be into it, and they're going to be, okay? But I'm in favor of Nebraska class with Husker insanity and intensity from the fans. Okay, so my take, I don't want to stoop to Colorado's level. We don't need to. Yes, they've beaten us 3 times in a row, but I still consider them the little brother. Look back over time. They're still the little brother. We defend our home turf on Saturday. That's number one. That's up to the players. Okay, and I'll give my prediction, okay, and my 3 keys on Thursday's show, the next Carriker Chronicles. And actually, I'm going to have a former Colorado Buffalo, Matt McChesney. He was all conference in the Big 12. He was a team captain, I believe a 3-year starter, played in the NFL. I know Matt. He's highly entertaining. He always wears sunglasses. He's got the big beard, the scruffy voice, all sorts of tattoos. So him and I are going to have fun as we debate back and forth between Nebraska, Colorado. okay, and who's going to win that game and the keys to the game and all that stuff. So tune in for that show. We're going to put it up Thursday, probably around noon, somewhere in there, maybe a little bit sooner. For me, to sum up my thoughts, we don't need to change who we are. We don't need to stoop to anybody's level. But on Saturday night, Husker Nation needs to and will bring it. That's how I see it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you fine folks have to say. Okay, before I get to the questions I always have for you. All right, I do want to give a heads up. We're trying to take everything to the next level here on the Carriker Chronicles. We're constantly trying to get better. If you ain't getting better, you're getting worse. You never stay the same. So the website looks completely different, and it looks phenomenal in my humble opinion. The show, we've tried to improve everything about the show, whether it's the sound or the background, and we've gotten very positive feedback on that. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who've let us know your thoughts. Merchandise. We have merchandise on the site now, and it's good. But we're trying to take it to the next level, and it's a work in progress. And right now, some of the merchandise is not ready yet. I'll let you know when it's ready. I'll keep you updated. Some of the merchandise I've seen, let's just say I get very, very excited about. So we have great merchandise there, but we're going to take it to the next level, and I'll let you know when it's live. Now, just a heads up, I've gotten lots of compliments on the shirt today, so thank you all very much. Okay. This is not one of the shirts on the website. This is a shirt I've had for like 10 years, and every time we play Colorado, I bust it out. So I think I've worn it 4 times in 10 years. So it's basically a brand new shirt. But we're going to have some phenomenal stuff on the website, CarrikerChronicles.com. And again, if you're looking for a great hot tub, pool, sauna, bonzopool.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are my questions, my 3 questions for you fine folks at home. Do you think Husker fans, like some of the posts that I read, they were like, we need to go at them, basically, no limits. Do you agree with that? Number 2, do you think we shouldn't change at all? And do you 100% support just purely Nebraska nice? Or number 3, do you fall in with me? It's Nebraska class, but we're going to kick some butt. Nebraska fans going crazy during the game on Saturday night. All right, until next time, Husker Nation, go Big Red Nose. Remember to throw the bug.